Hey, how y'all doing? It's Saturday 7. Yeah. Today, I just was thinking about, first I was thinking about my daughter. I don't know, my first mind went back to my daughter and how, like, she was praying, or she was so concerned for a really good friend about, because he's trying to go to see Beyonce. And it ain't really nothing holding him back from not seeing her. So she was just like, well, mama, my friend is really trying to go. And, during that time that she was telling me her friend was trying to go, I had sent her that Tiffany Montgomery. I had sent her video, the one that I had showed y'all. And I had sent little screenshots on that she was saying after the fact. So I had sent her the Tiffany Montgomery video on, her take on Beyonce in this concert. That if you a Christian and you go and you participate, you're gonna be in hot water with God. So I ain't got nothing to do with that. Cause he's sending the warning. So if you don't take heed to the warning, then whenever whatever go on, I can't feel no kind of way. I can't feel no kind of way behind it. So that's what was going on, and she was talking about her friend was trying to go, but in the middle of her telling me her friend was kind of trying to go, she was like, well, Mama, God is telling me that he's not gonna let he's not gonna let this particular friend go. She was just like, in so many words, he was just saying, don't worry about him going because he's not gonna go. Like, I'm not gonna let him go. So that's why when in a little screenshot I said, well, you said you didn't want him to go, and sent the little congratulations for him not to go. So that's what she was saying, when she was watching that Tiffany Montgomery. And then she was just saying little stuff about Beyonce. And it's not Beyonce per se, it's the demons that she's invoking. So it's not her. It's them demons that's like operating through her. That's really just, that's the problem. The demons that's in her is the problem. Because if you see Beyonce in real life, Beyonce is extremely timid and quiet, and she needs those demons. You know how, like, when you do drugs, like, sometimes you have to, like, smoke weed to be social, and you have to drink to loosen up and relax. She invoked demons to be able to do what she doing. So when I look at her, I'm like, that ain't even her. Like, when she be performing the dance, that's not even her performing the dance. Like, it's no way you could perform 2-3 hours straight. Not, like, it's no way you could do that unless you possess. Like, that's the only way you could do that, if you invoke those spirits to come up on you, and they create a identity and a personality that seem to be way more out of the characteristics of you as a person. Like Beyonce by herself, she real quiet. Like, it's nothing social about her. She's very timid, very not even outspoken, not even like none of that. Like, what, it's like your alter ego. So when I see her even performing and seeing it, I'm like, that's not her. Like, that's not her operating. Like, that's not her doing it. So that's just how I feel when I see and watch her and watch that. I'm like, that's not Beyonce. Because the Beyonce that, everybody know, she's very quiet, very timid, very shy. She don't really say a lot, kind of keep to herself, but when she get, like sometimes when you do drugs or you drink, you just be like this social butterfly, and everybody just gravitate to you, and you just have this certain personality and stuff like that. Like, that's how I see, but she's invoking demons. Like, she invoking demons, and she wouldn't be able to function without them. Like, she would not be able to perform. She would not be able to hit the note. She wouldn't be able to dance. Like, she wouldn't be able to, because she has put so much faith in these spirits stepping in to perform for her. So she have to do so much to actually invoke them to even take on her body to do what she wants to do, but she can't do. So she used these spirits, these demons to do that. And then in the process, her songs, it's like she chanting. And I ain't trying to get too much into it, but it's like she's chanting. It's like when you chant, I'm going to say the word chant, because that's how it comes to me. It's not even a song. Like, you're not even singing a song. You're chanting this agreement, this covenant with Satan. And guess what? When you create a covenant with Satan, God ain't gave me too much revelation dealing with that, but I know God is a God of order, and if you give Satan dominion in your life, if you giving him dominion in your circumstances, in your situations, I mean, you have free will, so you're giving him, you're saying, okay, Satan, this is, through the chance in her son. So if she talking about using the tampon as using the Holy Bible as a tampon, and you're chanting that, what do you want God to do? Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want his response to be? And you created a covenant with darkness by chanting about using the Holy Bible as a maxi pad. So you in agreement with her just by chanting these demonic, blasphemous words, and they're directed to God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus. So, I mean, what do you want God to do once you're in agreement with her? How do you want him to step in on your behalf, and you just did a verbal agreement through chanting these words that's demonic in her sons? So she the way she do it is, it's different. It's different than any other artist. Like, she's really like deep in it, and she just really just Satan just to use her in a way to really just lead a lot of souls astray at the end of the day. So that's what we're going on with that. I ain't trying to get too much into that. It is what it is. I did what I supposed to do as far as what God told me, and especially for the Christians and those that know better. When everything start going wrong in your life, and you already been sent the warning, I can't feel no kind of way behind it. And that's just my mindset. I can't feel no kind of way. Because you got the warning not to go, and you did what you wanted to do, so you're going to deal with the consequence behind it at that point. And I can't feel no kind of way. So that's how I feel on it with Beyonce, and just sending the warnings out. And he got a lot of people sending warnings out. And I already said in my other Beyonce video, it's going to be a lot of prophets coming forward. Like, God got a lot of prophets on the forefront. Like, it's like everybody coming up out the cracks. People you didn't even know was prophetic coming up out the cracks. Like, look, I got to speak on this Beyonce. Like, everybody's coming forward against this Beyonce. Who in the Bible, one of the demons was Jezebel, who targeted the prophets. So if she targeted and killed all the prophets, I was telling my mama, I said, look, according to the Bible, who was more ruthless than Jezebel? I'm like, you read any other, like, even female in the Bible, like, who came harder than Jezebel in the Bible? Because I ain't found one. I ain't found one on her level. And Jezebel did have kids. I saw that. And then I saw that Jezebel mama was ruthless too, because she was killing her whole bloodline. Like, she was killing everybody. Because she didn't want nobody to take the throne. So she got to the point where she was killing any and everybody, including her bloodline. Like, she didn't want nobody to take her spot. And I think my mama was telling me that Jezebel mama, because I was telling my mama, I'm like, I ain't seen nobody come hard than Jezebel. Like, I said, when you say not Jezebel, I'm like, that's a ruthless demon right there. I said, I ain't nobody coming harder than Jezebel in the Bible. I ain't seen it. Just the boldness on it. And so when I was speaking about her boldly killing the prophets during that time, she killed so many prophets. Like, she just killing them, But God, he got the glory at the end. But, another part of Jezebel was when Jesus had died. And when Jesus had died, he went to hell, because everybody before him went straight to hell. All the prophets, everybody went to hell. So when he died, he had to go to hell and bring everybody back. So everybody before him that wasn't under that new covenant went straight to hell. So he went and got everybody back. But they said when he got it, in the Bible, it speaks when he went before Jezebel, like trying to bring her up out of hell. She said, no. She said, I like it where I'm at. I'm staying right here. That's what she told Jesus. She said, I'm staying right here. She said, I'm staying right here. This is where I want to be at. So I'm like, when you hear this spirit Jezebel, just know it's something serious, y'all. Yeah. And that's when she was living. So when she dead, you already know. She ain't nothing to play with, But that's what I was telling my mom, dealing with Jezebel. So when I hear that spirit Jezebel, just know what you up against. Just know. Yeah, God all powerful, at the end of the day. So Jezebel ain't got nothing on God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit and what they got and what they rocking with. But she let you know what she rocking with. And just know what you up against. Because, woo, that's how I be every time I heard Jezebel and how she killed them prophets. And even if she had kids, like I even did research on her kids, and I might do deeper research because she had a daughter. So I'm like, dog, if Jezebel coming like this, how her daughter coming? She had a daughter and two sons. So I'm looking like, if she coming like this, and she got some offspring, some kids, I need to Google these. I need to do some research on these three kids that she had, because she was something serious at her. Like, no better. You know, God ultimately destroyed her at the end. But I mean, woo, the way she was, and how ruthless she was, and all the prophets she killed. Yeah. So I ain't trying to give her no praise or nothing like that. I was just saying, like, my dynamics mentally on dealing with her, and where when you say spirit of Jezebel, I'm like, okay. You know, that's why I say it like that. Like, okay, a Jezebel, okay. Like, this one of them very high up type of demons that you're going to be dealing with. So yeah, so that's what was going on with that, and my take on that, and even my discussion with my mom dealing with Jezebel. I'm like, I ain't nobody come hard than Jezebel. I ain't seen nobody. The way, and I'm talking about physically, like as a woman, I ain't nobody. I ain't seen it. Like, and I'm finna continue to read. Maybe it's somebody else. You know, it vaguely speak on her kids, but I'm like, if Jezebel then gave birth and gave life, and she instilling what's in her and her kids, I need to do some research on these kids she had. Yeah, so that's what's going on with that. What else going on? So, yeah, my daughter, she was talking about, she was just glad God had got her confirmation that this person who money is not an option. Like, money is not a problem. So this person don't have a problem even buying the tickets. But God just said it's going to be a blockage where he's not going to be able to get these tickets. And, you know, that's what my daughter was saying, dealing with that. So along with that, because my mind not there, so I had to speak what come to me. So I just was speaking on Jezebel and my take on Jezebel. And it stemmed from Beyonce. Like, I'm like going back through trying to, like, you know, realign my memory. So I'm like, okay, I spoke on Beyonce, I spoke on Jezebel, my daughter, and it just lead me up to what I was finna say. And it basically like this girl at work, this girl who I work with, we be real super cool. So one day, we actually was looking at my first Beyonce. So we looking at my first Beyonce that I did, dealing with Beyonce. My first video that did not record demonic. And I say that, I'm like, ain't even take the recording, because it was just me on two artists. And I was like, maybe God don't want it to be known. So I never pressed the issue, but it was the first Beyonce that I did. And she was listening to this, you know, video that I did. So I let her listen to it. So we just listened to the Beyonce, and I was just like, oh, girl, I just did a video on Beyonce. You want to hear it? You know, and so she listening to it, and one way or another, she ended up putting her fiance on the phone. So we all just talking. And I don't know what I said prophetically to him. I can't remember the dynamics. But what I do remember was, and she probably said something about, yeah, I got a friend and she prophetic and she sees stuff and stuff like that. Like, she probably said something like that, but this dude was on speakerphone. So he's on speakerphone. And I did say something, because when I said something, I kind of like took it back. And I tried to be nice about whatever it was I was saying. I do remember that too. I don't know what I said. Because you asked me, it's like I got truth serum. So I'm going to tell you the truth. So it's like, if you don't want to know, then it's no way I can tell you something that's not the truth, and I'm be extremely transparent. So a lot of times when I talk to people, I'll be like, look, I'm be extremely transparent with whatever it is. So if you want to know, you're going to know, but it's going to probably hurt, because the truth hurts. The truth is a double-edged sword. I tell people that anyway. But do you want to know or do you not want to know? Move your feelings out the way. Feelings aside. Do you want to know what's going on, or do you not want to know what's going on? So I said something, and I do remember in a joking way, I kind of took back what I was saying, but I don't even remember what I was saying, y'all. So during that time, though, my friend started chanting, and when I talk about Beyonce, I'm going to use the word chant. It's not even singing, it's chanting at this point. So she started chanting the songs to the left. So while she's chanting to the left, you know, she chanted the whole song, and Because I guess it was stuck in her head because she's talking about Beyonce video. So Beyonce, the name came up, and the only song that she probably could recollect was To the Left. So she sung that song. And I don't even know if her boyfriend sung it with her, but she was singing To the Left on speakerphone. And within like a couple of months, I kid you not, her whole relationship went straight to the left. Her whole relationship was in shambles. So while he was on speakerphone and stuff, I actually, like, we was claiming this marriage. I was like, oh, y'all getting married? Okay, I said, I'm finna claim this right now. I said, okay, I'm prophetic. We finna claim this marriage. So I said all this before she even started singing To the Left. Then she started singing To the Left. And then her whole relationship went to the left. And then after her relationship went to the left, she started talking to this new dude. So when she talked to this new dude, I lay down, boom, I have a vision. I see this dude. So I see that this new dude, you know, it was just, and I ain't trying to get details of what I saw. I just say in so much words, I knew that it wasn't gonna end well. Like that's all I saw. Like it wasn't gonna end well. I'm not gonna get into dynamics. I'm just gonna like vaguely. It just didn't end well. So when I would see my friend, and she's broken up from her fiance, I would ask about the new dude. I'd be like, hey, so have you talked to the new dude? How's everything? And she got curious at this point. She was like, why you keep asking me about him? You know, it must be something going on. I was like, look, I'm telling you that the relationship and the interaction is not going to end well. I said, the only reason why I even bring this dude up is because I know you like him. Like, it's nothing prophetic in the interaction with me coming to you about him. I'm like, it's just strictly, I know you like him, so I'm going to ask you about him. But prophetically, he's not for you. And it just made her so curious. So I'm going back and forth with her like, look, the only reason why I even bring him up is because I know. Like, I know you and how you feel. And I know you like this particular person. But God already showed me this person is not the person. But even though I know this person is not the person, I still just go through the routine of asking you about the person. Because I know you like the person. So that's what I'm telling her, you know. It'd be funny because, like, she used to be so curious about the why. Like, now she drawn to figure out why it's not going to work and why he's not the person. You know, so I was trying to deter her, but I still being considerate of her feelings, so I just asked her knowing she liked the person. I'm like, look, I only asked you because I know you like the person. But if you want to know prophetically what's going on, it's going to be a no. But I'm still going to ask you because I know you like the person. So that's how it was. And she ended up getting back with her fiance. So when she got back with her fiance, she like, yeah, me and him, we cool, we talking again. So I was like, well, you remember what was playing, don't you? You remember Beyonce was playing To the Left, don't you remember that? She like, yeah. And I said, and your whole relationship went to the left. And when I told her that, her mouth dropped. I promise, like, she couldn't say nothing. And she type person, she got a mouth on it. And when I said that, it shut her down. Like, it was no, she couldn't say nothing behind it. I said, you were singing to the left. I said, then your whole relationship went straight to the left. So that's what happened with it right there. So that's what I was thinking about today. And I was kind of tickled about the interaction with her. And me trying to, like, still be considerate of, you know, okay, she like this person, but this person really ain't for her. And I told her, I was like, well, God already showed me the end of this story. Look, y'all, the thing about being prophetic, you know how, like, you watch a movie, and sometimes when you see the ending, you don't even want to watch the movie. That's how it is with me. Like, a lot of times, if I see something, God show me the ending or something, I don't even want to go through the motion no more at that point. It's like, boop, it's dead. Like, that's how it be. I'm like, like, once you see the ending of a movie, for most people, that ruined the surprise. So once you see the ending, it's nothing at that point. So when it's dealing with, like, circumstances, situations, and people, if God show me something, dealing with something, and I see the ending, 9 times out of 10, I'm just cutthroat. It's over. That's not all the time, because sometimes, even if God show me the ending, sometimes I'll be like, well, okay, let me see how we get to this ending. But 9 times out of 10, that ain't my reaction. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to just cut it off. Like, he showed me any kind of red flag, that's it. Because I feel like I ain't got time. Like, I feel like time is something you can't get back no way. So if he just give me, just speed up the process, I already see the ending, then I only got to go through the motion of whatever it is. I just cut it off. If I got control to. Because certain stuff we just got to go through. But we ain't got to go through. I be like, God, if I ain't got to go through this, I ain't trying to go through this. I ain't trying to go through none unnecessary. That's how I become the God. So if it's just some stuff I gotta go through, I be like, okay, I understand God. But if it's some stuff I ain't just gotta go through, I ain't finna put myself through I ain't finna waste no more time. If it's something I gotta go through, cool. But if it's some stuff I can avoid, then I'm just trying to avoid by all means. Like I don't even gotta have a reason. I ain't even gotta have an explanation. I ain't even gotta have closure. God is the closure. The ending that I saw is the closure. So that's how I am with a lot of stuff. So yeah. So I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Yeah, this only thing that kind of me on this Saturday Sabbath, my friend, and how she was doing the Beyonce, and how she was singing. I ain't gonna even say singing, chanting. Because the word chant, God told me to use the word chant when I talk about her songs, because it's not even singing, it's chanting. And it's people creating these covenants with darkness through the words that she's singing or through the words that she's putting in her songs. And it's like a deception. It's like a illusion. It's like a lie. People don't know the depth and the level that the level that she's actually using music to do, and it's different from most people. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. And I'll just talk to y'all later. Don't forget this day going, get everything started. Yeah. And I hope to talk to y'all later. I hope to talk to y'all later. And yes, everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is great. It can't be no better. Like, I don't care what I'm looking like. It can't be no better. Um, I just kind of like, a lot of times though, when I be out, I just kind of like try to hide myself anyway. Like I try not to even like I try to do anything to dim down my image as much as possible. Unless I'm going out. If I'm going out, it's different. But if it's just me every day going in stuff like that, I just dim down the image and the attraction to people. Because I naturally have an attraction to random people. They'll just start talking to me about all kind of stuff. So yeah. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Enjoy y'all day. Do not stress over the look. Um, do not stress over none of that because everything is good. Like I'm better than I could ever be, honestly. Like I'm in a good place. I'm in a good space, in a good place, and everything is actually really, really